Have you ever looked at someone successful and wondered why they made it while most people didn't? Why only a few reach greatness? It's not luck, wealth, or special talent. It's because they think differently. They live differently. They follow the rules of the 1% mindset. This mindset builds focus, strength, and discipline. It's the difference between staying average and rising above everything that limits you. If you want to change your life, you must learn how these people think. You must live by their principles every single day. In this lesson from Talk to Me English, you'll discover 9 simple yet powerful rules of the 1% mindset that can reshape your future. These rules are not difficult, but they demand one thing: commitment. You must choose growth over comfort every single time. Stay with me until the end, because the final rule will completely change how you see failure, success, and yourself. Let's begin. Rule 1. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. This is where transformation starts. Most people avoid pain. They avoid stress. They avoid anything that feels hard, scary, or uncertain. They run away from challenges. But comfort is the enemy of growth. Comfort makes you weak, slow, and stuck. The top 1% understand this deeply. They walk toward the challenge. They run into discomfort. They face fear head on, because that's where real growth begins. If you always do what is easy, your life becomes harder. But if you do what is hard, your life becomes easier. Think about waking up early. It's not comfortable. Your bed feels warm. Your body wants rest. But you rise anyway. You gain time to think, plan, and move ahead of those still sleeping. That's how winners create their advantage. Or think about studying when you're tired. Your brain resists. But when you study anyway, you build mental strength and focus. You're training your mind to win. While others choose excuses, that's how discipline is formed, through uncomfortable moments. Discipline is not talent. It's the daily decision to act, even when you don't feel like it. That's the 1% mindset in action. Here's a real story. Daniel, a student from Chicago, feared public speaking. Every time he spoke, his hands shook, his voice broke. He avoided presentations and skipped opportunities. But one day, he realized fear was controlling his life, and he decided to stop running. He joined a small public speaking club. At first, he stuttered and forgot his lines. His heart raced every single time, but Daniel showed up every week. Slowly, his voice grew stronger. His fear began to fade. Confidence replaced anxiety. After 6 months, he gave a speech to hundreds of people, calm, clear, and confident. His weakness became his greatest strength. How did he do it? By stepping into discomfort, by doing what scared him. That's what separates the 1% from everyone else. This rule applies to everything. If you want to build a strong body, you must train through pain, not stop when it hurts. If you want success, you must take risks, face rejection, and learn from failure. That's the price of real growth. If you want to master English, you must speak even when you feel nervous. You must write even when you make mistakes. Every new skill begins with discomfort, but every time you face that discomfort, you build strength and confidence. The 1% mindset means choosing growth over comfort again and again. It's not easy, but it's always worth it. Comfort feels good now, but steals your future. Discomfort feels hard now, but builds your future. Choose discomfort, and you'll grow. Start today. Take the cold shower. Speak in public. Learn that new skill. Say no to easy, yes to growth. Every time you act despite fear, you move closer to the life you want. The top 1% know this truth. They don't wait to feel ready. They act. Even when scared, they know greatness lives just beyond discomfort. You don't need to be fearless. You just need to be willing to grow, fail, and try again until you win. That's where your power begins. Growth never happens in comfort. Strength never grows in safety. Success never starts with ease. This is your first rule of the 1% mindset. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. It's the foundation of everything that follows. Now, let's move to the next powerful truth. Rule 2. Focus on the long game. In today's world, everyone wants things fast. Fast money, fast fame, fast results. But success doesn't work that way. Real success takes time, patience, and consistent effort. The 1% know this truth deeply. They don't chase speed. They build foundations. They understand that lasting success grows slowly. Like a tree, it begins small, invisible, and underground, then rises strong with time. That's why the 1% focus on the long game. They don't give up when results don't show immediately. They stay committed. Think about the world's top athletes, creators, and leaders. None of them became great overnight. They practiced for years before mastery. They failed, learned, and improved while others quit. That's what separates the top 1% from the rest. Long-term thinking and endurance. Here's a powerful lesson. The story of the bamboo tree. For the first 5 years, it shows no growth above the ground. You water it, feed it, and wait. Still nothing happens, but underground, it's building roots, deep, strong, and unseen. Then, in the 6th year, it shoots up 80 feet in just 6 weeks. Everyone is shocked, but it didn't grow in 6 weeks. It grew in 6 years of quiet effort. Every drop of water, every day of patience, created invisible progress. That's exactly how your success works. You may not see results now, but your consistency is building your foundation. Most people quit too early. They stop right before growth begins. The 1% keep watering their dreams until results explode. Let's apply this to real life. Imagine you're learning English. In the beginning, everything feels slow, difficult, and confusing. You forget words, misunderstand people, and feel embarrassed. But every small effort is like watering your bamboo tree. When you keep going, reading, listening, and speaking daily, something magical happens. One day, English begins to flow naturally. It doesn't happen in 1 week or 1 month. It happens through months of consistency and patience, the long game. So don't rush. Growth takes time. Every small step is building your unseen roots of confidence and skill. It's the same in business, health, and relationships. The process may be slow, but it's never wasted if you keep moving. Let's take another example. Anna wanted to start an online shop. For months, she sold nothing. No one cared about her products. Most people would have quit, but she didn't. She kept learning, improving, and marketing. After 1 year, orders finally came. Now, her business supports her family. Her success didn't appear suddenly. It grew from invisible effort over time. This is the 1% mindset. Fall in love with the process, not just the prize. Learn to enjoy the work itself. If you only chase results, you'll give up when progress is slow. But if you love the journey, you'll never stop. That's the difference. The 1% think long-term. They don't expect quick rewards. They invest energy today for a better tomorrow. Ask yourself, am I chasing quick wins or building a lifelong foundation? The answer decides your future success. Be patient with your growth. Keep showing up even when no one notices, because silent progress is still progress. Remember, the 1% don't just work harder. They work longer. They stay consistent while others lose focus. Success is like farming. You plant seeds, water daily. Wait and trust. One day, the harvest arrives, and it's worth it all. If you want to master anything, English, fitness, career, or mindset, play the long game. Commit to the years, not the minutes. Your time will come, Just don't quit before your bamboo tree rises. Your roots are growing stronger with every effort. Stay consistent. Stay patient. Stay humble. The long game rewards those who keep showing up when others stop trying. That's how the 1% win, not by speed, but by endurance. They don't burn fast. They burn steady and bright. Now, let's move to the next essential truth. Rule 3. Own everything. No excuses, no blame, just responsibility. Most people blame others when things go wrong. They say, "It's not my fault," or "The system is unfair." That mindset keeps them stuck. The 1% think differently. They say, "I own everything in my life." They take full responsibility for their success and their failures. This doesn't mean they're perfect. It means they refuse to give away their power by blaming people, luck, or circumstances. When you blame others, you lose control. You wait for the world to change. But when you take ownership, everything becomes possible. Ownership turns problems into lessons and mistakes into power. It's the bridge from weakness to growth, from excuses to action. Let's break this down. Every time you say, "I can't," you close a door. Every time you say, "I'll find a way," you open one. The average person complains. The 1% ask questions. What can I learn? How can I improve? What's my next step? That single shift creates progress. It turns you from a victim into a creator of your own life. That's where success begins. Here's a real story. A woman named Maria dreamed of finishing college, but she had 2 children and a full-time job. Her schedule was packed, her days exhausting. Most people would have said, "It's impossible." But Maria refused to make excuses. She looked for solutions. She studied at night, watched lectures while cooking, and used her weekends for assignments. It wasn't easy, but she owned her dream. 2 years later, she graduated with honors. Her effort inspired everyone around her. She didn't just earn a degree, she earned discipline, self-respect, and confidence. That's what happens when you take full responsibility. The 1% mindset is not about having an easy life. It's about taking control of your reaction to when life gets hard. Think about your own goals. Maybe you want to speak English fluently, get healthier, or start a business. What's stopping you? If your answer includes other people, your past, or bad luck, you're giving away your power. Take it back today. Yes, challenges exist. Yes, life can be unfair, but no one can stop you from taking your next step forward. You may not control everything, but you control your attitude, your choices, and your effort. And that's enough to change everything. Let's look at a simple example. 2 people lose their jobs. One blames the company, feels hopeless, and does nothing. The other updates their resume, learns new skills, and applies again. Same problem, different mindset. One loses, one grows. That's the difference between excuses and ownership. Excuses make you feel safe now, but they destroy your progress later. When you take ownership, you stop waiting for motivation. You stop depending on luck. You create change with your own hands. Start small. Replace "I can't" with "How can I?" Replace "I don't have time" with "I'll make time." Language shapes mindset. These small shifts change everything. Your words control your focus, and your focus creates your future. So choose power, not pity. The truth is, excuses feel comfortable but keep you small. Responsibility feels heavy but makes you strong. Choose the heavy road. The 1% live by this rule. Own everything. They don't wait for perfect conditions. They act, learn, and adjust every day. So from today, stop blaming, stop waiting, start leading yourself. You are the driver of your life. Take the wheel. Remember this. Ownership isn't about guilt. It's about freedom. When you own your life, you own your power. That's how you grow. That's how you win. The moment you stop saying, "Why me?" and start saying, "What now?" your life changes. Own your time, your actions, your dreams. No excuses, no blame, only forward movement. That's the 1% mindset. Now, let's move to the next essential rule. Rule 4. Master your morning. Your morning shapes your entire day. The way you start determines the way everything else will flow. That's why mornings matter so much. Most people wake up late, rush to work, check their phones, and fill their minds with noise before they even breathe deeply once. They start their day reacting, not leading. Their energy is scattered, their focus is weak, and their mind already feels tired. But the 1% begin differently. They treat mornings as sacred. It's the time to grow stronger, prepare, and lead their own mind. They rise before distractions appear. They plan, read, move, and think clearly. Their morning becomes the foundation for daily success. You don't need hours of routine. You just need a few intentional habits that keep your mind clear and your body energized. Start simple. Wake up 30 minutes earlier than usual. Sit quietly for 5 minutes. Breathe slowly. Calm your thoughts. Then write down 3 goals for the day. Small, clear, and meaningful. Focus on progress, not perfection. One step at a time. Next, feed your mind. Read 1 page of a good book. Listen to something inspiring. Fill your thoughts with wisdom. Not worry. Then move your body. Stretch, walk, or exercise lightly. Movement wakes your energy and makes your brain sharp for the day. These small steps seem simple, but they change everything. They help you start the day strong, focused, and full of control. Let's take an example. Jake used to wake up late every morning, skip breakfast, and feel tired before noon. His life felt chaotic. One day, he decided to change. He began waking up at 5:30 a.m., drinking water, writing his goals, reading 10 minutes, and walking outside. After just 1 month, his energy tripled. He felt calmer, more productive, and ready to face challenges. His whole life improved. The secret isn't doing everything perfectly. It's building consistency. A small, daily rhythm gives you strength and mental clarity. When you own your morning, you stop being reactive. You stop chasing time. You start creating time for what truly matters. If you want to master English, use mornings to learn. Read 1 page, listen to a podcast, or speak out loud for 5 minutes. Mornings are quiet, no distractions, no noise. That's when your brain learns best and your confidence grows faster. Protect your mornings. Go to bed earlier. Don't scroll your phone all night. Respect your rest. Because morning success starts the night before. Even 15 focused minutes each morning can transform your life. It's not the size of the action. It's the power of repetition. Remember, your morning is a message to your mind. It says, "I'm in control. I lead my day. I build my future." So wake up early. Choose focus over chaos. Build the version of yourself who leads with clarity and strength. Master your morning, and you'll master your mind. Master your mind, and you'll master your life. That's the 1% way. Now, let's continue with Rule 5. Learn to say no. Because success is not about doing more. It's about doing what matters most. If you want to grow, you must learn to say one powerful word, no. It's simple but life-changing. Most people are afraid to say no. They want to please everyone, join everything, and never disappoint anyone. So, they say yes to everything, every event, every distraction, every unimportant task, until their energy runs out completely. But the truth is, every yes has a cost. When you say yes to one thing, you say no to something else. Say yes to watching TV for hours. You say no to studying. Say yes to gossip. You say no to progress. The 1% understand this clearly. They protect their time like gold. They use it only for things that truly matter. They say no to distraction, no to negativity, no to things that waste time but give nothing back in return. Here's a story. Liam dreamed of becoming a designer, but he spent nights gaming and weekends doing nothing productive. One day, he deleted his games and replaced that time with online design lessons. It felt strange, even lonely. At first, his friends didn't understand. They teased him for being too serious. But he kept saying no to old habits and yes to his goals. After 1 year, his skill exploded. He landed a full-time job doing what he loved. One small no changed his entire path. Saying no is not rude, it's self-respect. It tells the world your goals and time are valuable. If you always say yes to others, you'll end up saying no to yourself, your growth, your dreams, your peace. You can start small. Say no to one distraction today. Turn off notifications. Skip one useless show. Use that time to grow. Spend those minutes reading, learning, exercising, or resting. Each choice builds focus. Each no creates space for your future. It's okay if people don't understand. You're not living for their approval. You're building your own story. One decision at a time. Remember this. Saying no doesn't close doors. It opens better ones. It's not rejection. It's redirection toward what truly matters. The 1% live by this truth. They don't fill their days with noise. They protect their focus, energy, and purpose like treasures. Every no today becomes a bigger yes tomorrow. Yes to progress. Yes to health. Yes to the life you actually want. So be brave. Say no to distractions, to time wasters, to your old self that settles for less. Choose your time wisely. Each time you say no to what doesn't serve you, you say yes to what will change you. That's the 1% mindset. Now let's go deeper with Rule 6. Learn every day. Because the more your mind grows, the further your life will go. There's one habit that separates the average from the excellent. Learning every day. Growth stops the moment you stop learning. The 1% know this. They feed their mind daily. They don't waste time only scrolling, gossiping, or complaining. They choose to learn. They read books, listen to podcasts, watch educational videos, and ask questions from people smarter than themselves. They know success starts in the mind. A strong mind builds a strong life. Learning keeps that mind sharp and alive. You don't need a fancy school or expensive classes. Knowledge is everywhere now, free and open to anyone willing to grow. YouTube, podcasts, online courses, libraries, they're all waiting for you. The question is, will you use them? Most people don't. They waste hours every day on entertainment that gives nothing back. Then they wonder why nothing changes. The 1% do the opposite. They ask daily, "What did I learn today?" If the answer is nothing, they start learning immediately. Even 10 minutes of focused learning each day builds massive progress over time. It's not time. It's consistency that changes everything. Here's a real story. Emma worked as a waitress, but dreamed of becoming a web developer. She couldn't afford college. Instead of giving up, she learned online every night, free tutorials, coding podcasts, and practice projects. After 1 year, she created her own small website. 2 years later, she was hired by a tech company. Learning changed her life. If you're learning English, the same rule applies. Learn one new word a day. That's 365 words in 1 year. Read one short article. Listen to one short story. Repeat one phrase daily. Small. Steady effort brings massive results over time. You don't need more hours. You just need better use of the hours you already have. Replace half your scrolling with learning. While others waste time, you grow wiser. That's how the 1% rise, not by luck, but by learning faster and deeper. Even 5 minutes count. Read one paragraph. Listen to one English lesson while walking. Turn waiting time into learning time. Learning doesn't stop when school ends. The world changes fast. And if you don't keep learning, you fall behind. So learn not only for your job, but for your mind. Learn about health, money, people, and communication. Everything improves with learning. Be humble enough to ask questions. Be brave enough to fail. Be curious enough to keep growing every single day. You don't need to be the smartest person in the room. Just be the one who never stops improving. Ask yourself tonight, what did I learn today? If the answer is nothing, start small. Read one page. Watch one useful video. Small steps lead to big changes because your life rises or falls with your willingness to grow. That's the 1% truth. Now let's move to Rule 7. Build discipline, not motivation, because discipline stays when motivation disappears. Motivation feels exciting, but it fades fast. Discipline stays. That's why the 1% depend on discipline, not motivation. To reach their goals, motivation makes you start. Discipline keeps you going when you don't feel like it. That's the real difference between winners and quitters. Most people wait for inspiration to act. The 1% act first, and inspiration comes later. They lead with habits, not emotions. Discipline means doing what must be done, tired or not, busy or not, bored or not. You show up anyway. Here's a story. Tom wanted to get fit. He started strong, gym every day, healthy meals, full of excitement. But after 2 weeks, motivation faded. He felt sore, lazy, and tired. That's where most people stop. Tom didn't. He promised himself, I'll show up, no matter how I feel. That's discipline. He went to the gym even on bad days. 6 months later, his body transformed. He became stronger, more confident, more focused, all because he stayed consistent. Motivation is fun at the start, but unreliable. Discipline feels hard at first, but brings freedom and control later. Think of discipline like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it gets. At first, it feels heavy, but it grows. Over time, your habits take over. You stop fighting yourself. You act automatically. Reading, training, studying. Without forcing effort, discipline turns effort into identity. It's no longer what you do. It becomes who you are. That's real transformation. If you're learning English, discipline means studying even when tired, listening even when bored, speaking even when scared. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. One page, one lesson, one small step every day. Many people wait for the right moment. They wait for inspiration, New Year's or Mondays. But the 1% don't wait. They begin now because they know feelings follow actions. You act first, then motivation grows. That's how momentum is built. Bad days will come. You'll fail, feel lazy, or lose focus. That's normal. Discipline means you get back up every time, even when you fall. Never stop showing up. Don't let one missed day become a missed week. Stay in motion. Start small. Make one daily promise to yourself. I'll study for 15 minutes, or I'll walk every morning. Keep it every day. Over time, that promise builds trust with yourself. You'll start believing, I can count on me. That belief changes everything. Discipline doesn't demand perfection. It demands persistence. Success is built from small, repeated acts of commitment. So next time you feel lazy or unmotivated, don't ask, do I feel ready? Ask, what would a disciplined person do? Then do it, because discipline is the bridge between dreams and results. That's how the 1% live and win. Now, let's move forward to Rule 8. Surround yourself with winners, because your circle shapes your future more than you think. You become like the people you spend time with. Your circle builds or breaks your future. It's that powerful. If you're surrounded by lazy, negative people, you'll slowly become like them, even if you don't mean to. But if you're around focused, motivated, and disciplined people, you'll naturally rise to their level. Energy spreads. That's why the 1% are careful about their environment. They protect their minds from negativity and surround themselves with growth. Your environment shapes how you think, speak, and act. It's like soil for a seed. Rich soil grows strong plants. Toxic soil weakens them. So ask yourself, is your environment helping you grow or keeping you small? Many people stay in bad circles because they fear being alone. But loneliness is better than losing your purpose. When you step away from the wrong crowd, you create space for the right people to appear. Growth starts in that quiet space. Here's a real story. Noah used to hang out with friends who mocked hard work. They laughed at anyone with goals. He felt stuck, afraid to leave the group. But one day, he decided to change. He wanted more from life. He started watching motivational videos, joining online study groups, and spending time with people who lifted him up. At first, it felt lonely. But soon, his mindset shifted. His goals became clear. His energy returned. Within a year, Noah built a small business and found a new circle of friends who believed in growth, not comfort. That's the power of environment. When you change your circle, you change your future. You don't need to find perfect people, just people who try, learn, and improve. People who push forward, not hold back. If you can't find them nearby, find them online. Podcasts, mentors, teachers, and communities. They can become your circle too. Surround yourself with ideas that lift you higher. Fill your mind with voices of strength, learning, and self-belief. Also, look at yourself. Are you lifting others or pulling them down? Be the kind of person people grow around. Support, encourage, and celebrate others' success. That's how you attract the right people into your life. Your environment is not just people. It's what you watch, read, and listen to. Protect your inputs as carefully as your time. Stop feeding your mind with gossip or negativity. Choose content that builds knowledge, peace, and motivation. The 1% live in a learning environment every day. That's how they stay ahead while others stay distracted. Change your circle, change your environment, and your energy will change too. That's when real transformation begins. Remember, you don't rise alone. You rise with your environment. Surround yourself with winners, and you'll become one too. Now, let's move to the final and most powerful truth. Rule 9. Never let failure define you. Everyone dreams of success, but no one escapes failure. The difference between the 99% and the 1% is how they respond to it. Most people see failure as the end. The 1% see it as the beginning, the start of learning, growth, and strength. Failure hurts. Yes, but it also teaches. Every mistake gives you data, lessons, and a chance to rise stronger than before. Every champion, artist, and leader has failed, not once, but many times. That's how they built wisdom, courage, and power. They didn't quit. They learned, adjusted, and tried again. They refused to let failure decide their story. Here's a story. Ethan started his first business at 22. He worked hard, but it failed in 6 months. He lost money, felt embarrassed, and almost gave up. But he told himself, "This failure will teach me, not stop me." He started again, failed again, then again. Each time, he learned more about business, people, and himself. On his 4th try, his company finally succeeded. Today, that business supports hundreds of people. That's the 1% mindset. Failure didn't define him. It refined him. He used it as fuel, not fear. That's what great people do. Think of failure like training. When you lift weights, your muscles break before they grow. Pain builds power. The same happens in life. Failures break your limits, force reflection, and strengthen your resilience for the next challenge. But most people stop after falling once. They say, maybe I'm not good enough. The 1% say, I'll try again. You are not your failure. You are your response to it. The past doesn't define you. Your next action does. Each time you rise after falling, you grow stronger inside. That's real confidence, built through persistence, not perfection. Even famous people failed many times. J.K. Rowling was rejected 12 times before Harry Potter was published. Walt Disney was told he lacked imagination. Thomas Edison failed 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. They didn't quit because they understood. Failure is feedback. It shows what doesn't work so you can find what does. The only true failure is giving up. Falling is part of learning. Standing back up is what makes you unstoppable. So when life hits hard, don't say, why me? Say, what can I learn from this? That mindset changes everything. Don't fear mistakes. Fear regret. Fear never trying. Fear the comfort that keeps you from discovering your potential. Failure tests your faith. It asks, how bad do you want it? And your answer decides how far you'll go. Keep learning. Keep rising. Keep building. Every fall is a lesson. Every comeback is a victory. Never let failure define you. Let it refine you. Let it build your character and prepare you for greatness. That's what the 1% do. They don't run from failure. They walk through it until success becomes their reward. Now, let's bring everything together. Your final reminder on how to build the 1% mindset in your own life. Now you know the 9 powerful rules of the 1% mindset. They're not theories. They're actions that build strength, focus, and purpose. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. Growth happens when you face fear, not when you avoid it. Choose courage every single day. Focus on the long game, because real success takes time, patience, and consistency. Fast results fade. Steady progress lasts. Own everything. No excuses. No blaming. When you take full responsibility, you take back full control of your life. Master your morning, win the first hour, and you'll win the day. Start with focus, peace, and intention. Not distraction. Say no often. Protect your time and energy. Every no to distraction becomes a yes to your dreams. Learn every day. Feed your mind with new ideas, new knowledge, and new challenges. Growth never stops for the 1%. Build discipline, not motivation, because discipline stays when excitement disappears. Show up, even when it's hard. Surround yourself with winners. Choose people, content, and energy that lift you higher. You become like your circle. Never let failure define you. It's not the end. It's the lesson that shapes your next success. Fall, rise, repeat, grow. These 9 rules are simple, but not easy. They demand daily effort, patience, and faith in yourself when no one else believes. But you don't need to be perfect. You only need to start. Small steps. Consistent effort. One decision at a time. Maybe today you wake up 10 minutes earlier. Maybe you read 1 English article. Maybe you say no to 1 distraction. Every small action counts. Each one moves you closer to the person you want to become. Stronger, smarter, unstoppable. Don't wait for the perfect time. The perfect time is now. Progress begins when you decide to begin. Your future self is waiting for you. The version of you who's confident, disciplined, and proud of the journey. Every moment you choose growth. You get closer. Every time you show up. You win a small battle inside. The 1% mindset isn't about money or fame. It's about character. Your daily choice to rise when it's easier to quit. So from today, stop waiting for motivation. Stop blaming the world. Start building yourself. 1 rule, 1 habit, 1 win. Your power lives in action. Every step you take creates momentum. Keep going. even when it's hard, because that's where change happens. And one day, someone will ask you, how did you do it? How did you become so confident, disciplined, and strong? You'll smile and say, I built the 1% mindset. I stopped wishing and started working. That's the day everything changes. This mindset is your key to transformation, your weapon against fear, laziness, and doubt. Use it every single day. So stay patient, stay hungry, stay humble. You're closer than you think. Your best days haven't happened yet. Now go and live it. Build your 1% mindset. Step by step. Watch your life rise higher than you ever imagined. You've got this. Believe it, live it, and share it. Because the world needs more people who think like the 1%. If this message spoke to you, subscribe to Talk to Me English, share it with a friend, and start building your 1% mindset today. What's your next step toward greatness? Comment below. Your journey starts with one choice. Make it now.